Wait, so what exactly do mechanical engineers do? That's a question I've heard hundreds of times from students, parents, and even practicing engineers. And here's the wild part. Nearly 5 million mechanical engineering students worldwide are grinding through thermodynamics, design projects, and late-night lab reports without a clue what career they're headed towards. In this video, we're gonna fix that. Today, we're breaking down 9 real mechanical engineering job titles, ones that you can literally search on LinkedIn right now to show you what they're all about so that you can start your career track while you're still in school and soon enough start your high-paying, fulfilling career. Now, let's find your mechanical engineering subfield. I'm Engineer Joe. Welcome to Engineering Insiders. Now, if you're just exploring mechanical engineering and don't quite know the extent of the field, check out our So You Want to Be a Mechanical Engineer video and then come back to this one. Otherwise, let's jump straight in. And let's start off with one of the best entry-level positions in the field, design and manufacturing engineering. Now first, what is the most impressive part of the iPhone? Take a second, think about your answer. Some might say the flawless user interface or the lightning fast processing power packed into such a sleek device. And those are great answers, but what if I told you that there's an unsung hero behind the undeniable draw of the iPhone? A design even more fundamental than the integrated circuitry and user interface. Let's take a look inside Silicon Valley for an example. The next MacBook Pro is on the drawing board and departments are battling. Marketing needs it thinner, hardware designs demand better cooling, and production is furious about having to mass produce an impossible shape. Now, a manufacturing engineer has to field all of these concerns. Seems impossible, right? Well, by using finite element analysis to simulate stress, heat distribution, and material behavior, they ensure that the design can withstand overheating, warping, and structural failure without risks. They combine this with drawing software like CATIA and SolidWorks to handle precise adjustments, from hinge mechanisms to CNC machined edges. It's high stakes too. A quick fix to a legacy design and boom, suddenly thousands of defective units are rolling off the production line, sinking millions of dollars in losses. But the moment that sweet, smooth MacBook gets unboxed, it is a product experience like no other. All thanks to the design and manufacturing engineers' work to take all of the other engineers' demands and wrap it into one scalable product that doesn't lose the specific touch from any of the other engineers' designs. A tough ask, but very well compensated for. But how much do these engineers make? Make sure to watch to the end to find out each of today's mechanical engineering salaries. It totally surprised me which one makes the most. Now, before we move on to one of the fastest growing mechanical engineering fields, I have something I need to tell you. If you're still engineering with the same practices of the last 5 years, you're already behind. AI is not the future of engineering, it is the present. Today, I'm partnering with PatSnap Eureka, basically the equivalent of having an AI R&D team in your browser to bring you up to speed. Whether you're a hobbyist in your garage or part of a Fortune 500 company, it gives you multiple solutions pulled from real patents, research papers, and proven technology instantly. All of this dissecting and organizing of forums, papers, and patents would take a team of engineers weeks. Now, with their Find Solution agent, I get first principles-based solutions geniusly optimized to find repeatable patterns of innovation across millions of patents. This is engineering in 2025, and it's only going to get better. Whether you're starting off with your first product or rethinking an entire product line, Eureka helps you move 10 times faster and smarter. And the best part, you can try it for free. Check the link below for PatSnap Eureka today and bring your engineering to the next level. There's literally nothing to lose. Alright, and with that wondrous, mind-blowing technology in mind, let's check out San Francisco's self-driving Waymos to examine Mechatronics Engineering. These engineers control high-speed sensors and actuators that keep self-driving cars navigating traffic like a pro, reacting faster than a human ever could. Now, Mechatronics Engineering is a jack-of-all-trades field, a fusion of mechanics, electronics, control systems, and computing. In practice, it means tweaking circuits, programming robots, and integrating real-time feedback systems that bring machines to life. Now, let's go behind the scenes of Waymo's autonomous vehicle systems. While most people will focus on the LiDAR spinning on top, the real engineering magic happens inside, where Mechatronics engineers blend hardware and software to make every turn, stop, and acceleration feel natural. Inside each Waymo vehicle, dozens of sensors, including inertial measurement units, radar arrays, and camera clusters, feed data into a central control unit that's constantly adjusting steering, throttle, and braking with millisecond precision. I've gone in a few myself, and they drive way better than most other people. Not kidding at all. But of course, hardware is only half the story. At the software level, these systems run on real-time operating systems, advanced control algorithms, and even model predictive control, a technique that predicts future states to make smoother and safer decisions. All of it has to work in perfect harmony, especially when a pedestrian suddenly steps off the curb or a cyclist swerves right into the lane. The pressure on a mechatronics engineer is immense, but when a 5,000-pound vehicle glides through city streets without a driver, basically with black magic, it makes the late nights and debug marathons worth it. Now let's move on to one of the highest paying mechanical careers, Opto Mechanical Engineering. Okay, what if I told you doctors can see inside the human body without a single incision? You'd probably say, yeah, old news, we've got MRIs, ultrasound, CT scans. But what if I told you there's a new imaging technology that uses near-infrared light to scan beneath the skin, revealing high-resolution layers of tissue in real time, without radiation, without surgery, and without contact? That is the work of optomechanical engineers, experts who fuse precision mechanics, photonics, and material science to build devices that literally see the invisible. But pulling off this kind of clarity isn't just plug and play. It takes hardcore engineering practice. Thermal expansion, vibration, and even nanometer scale optical misalignment can throw off an entire scan. So engineers use FEA to predict how components flex and shift under stress. They design flexure mounts that isolate vibration down to microns. And they integrate adaptive optics to dynamically correct distortion as the image forms. Missed by a millimeter, the whole scan's off. But when it is dialed in, the result is stunning. Doctors can detect tumors, track blood flow, or monitor healing in ways that were impossible just a decade ago. It is a high-stakes field where the tiniest design flaw can cost lives, but when you get it right, you're revolutionizing medicine. And yeah, the pay reflects that too. Now, let's shift gears, literally, to designing the systems that make machines move. We're talking about Powertrain Engineering, the science of turning combustion, electricity, or hybrid energy into controlled motion. Now, these engineers don't just build engines. They design, optimize, and fine-tune the entire system that takes fuel or electricity and transforms it into acceleration, torque, and control. Every bit of power that hits the wheels, that's their domain. Powertrain is a blend of traditional mechanical engineering, thermodynamics, fluid dynamics, control systems, and perfecting noise, vibration, and harshness in vehicles, all working together to balance efficiency, performance, and reliability. It covers everything from transmissions and drivelines to advanced control systems, ensuring that every shift, burst of acceleration, and each unit of horsepower is backed by rigorous simulations, analysis, and real-world testing, like modeling air-fuel behavior or tuning the throttle response and optimizing NVH to make the ride feel as smooth as butter. Now, you might be wondering, how is this different from automotive engineering? It's simple. Automotive engineering focuses on the entire vehicle, from aerodynamics, chassis dynamics, and crash safety to infotainment systems, electrical architecture, and manufacturing processes. These engineers make sure that the car isn't just fast, but stable, safe, efficient, and fun to drive. Powertrain engineering, on the other hand, zeroes in on the heartbeat of the car, the systems that generate, control, and deliver power to the wheels. One builds the full experience, the other builds what makes it move. Now, a quick reminder to like and subscribe if you learned anything so far, and to stay for the final salaries at the end. Anyways, this takes us to the least flashiest, but one of the most significant career pathways in mechanical engineering, corrosion engineering. Imagine standing on an offshore oil rig, steel structures towering over rough seas, constantly hammered by salt water, heat, and humidity. Sounds pretty extreme, right? Well, here's the twist. The biggest threat out there isn't waves or pressure, it's corrosion. Corrosion silently eats away at metal, weakening supports, cracking pipelines, and causing catastrophic failures that cost millions of dollars. That's where corrosion engineers come in. They don't just slap on some flex tape, they analyze environments, select resilient materials, and apply tools like cathodic protection, advanced coatings, and electrochemical modeling to stop corrosion before it even starts. Without their work, critical infrastructure fails long before it should. And here's something most people overlook. The same environmental stressors that destroy steel can affect the air inside your home and workplace. So who protects that environment? HVAC engineers. HVAC engineering is one of the most underrated careers in mechanical, and it's often overlooked by students simply because they don't realize how critical it is. So let me show you what this field really means through a real incident. In September 2022, California was slammed by a brutal heat wave. Temperatures hit 115 degrees Fahrenheit, and it wasn't just people who started overheating. Twitter's Sacramento data center went down completely. No cyber attack, no software glitch, just one failure: the HVAC system. Inside that building, thousands of servers running critical data for hospital, banks, and public infrastructure, all minutes away from thermal failure. Then came the team of HVAC engineers. They recalibrated the airflow, rerouted cooling, and rebalanced system loads, applying thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, and energy modeling to bring the entire system back online. They didn't just save a room from overheating, they saved millions in data infrastructure. This is HVAC engineering, the invisible system keeping skyscrapers, airplanes, hospitals, and server farms alive and functional. So the next time you feel a perfectly cold breeze in a classroom, a hospital room, or even the safety of your own home, just know someone engineered that air. Now let's shrink things down, way down, and meet the mechanical engineers working at the microscopic level. Let's say hello to Nano Engineering, where quantum mechanics, material science, and molecular engineering come together. This is the world of nano engineering, where mechanical engineers work at the atomic scale to build materials and machines our human eyes can't even see. They engineer atoms into ultralight, super strong composites, high efficiency semiconductors, and biocompatible nanomaterials that power next generation technology. We're talking carbon nanotubes stronger than steel, graphene that's thinner than a human hair yet conducting electricity better than copper, and MEMS devices, tiny mechanical systems small enough to fit inside a single human cell. The results: faster processors, self-healing materials, drug-delivering nanobots, and coatings that save gigawatts of energy. All engineered at the molecular level. But here's the catch: at this scale, precision isn't optional, it's everything. Which brings us to the final stop in our video, the career path in mechanical engineering that ensures every variable, temperature, pressure, flow, stays perfectly within spec. Let's talk about precision in instrumentation engineering. These specialists design and integrate high-precision sensors, controllers, and actuators to monitor and regulate complex systems, often in real time. Whether it's a self-adjusting production line, a pressure-sensitive oil valve, or a temperature-controlled pharmaceutical reactor, their job is to ensure everything stays within exact limits. But why does it even matter? Well, because without precise measurement and control, efficiency drops, quality suffers, and safety goes right out the window. This field is the invisible backbone of industrial automation, quietly powering aerospace systems, chemical plants, robotics, and advanced manufacturing. And in engineering, there's one golden rule: if you can't measure it, you can't control it. Now, finally, here is the current average US salaries for all of these roles. Personally, I can't believe Opto Mechanical engineers make so much, with HVAC pleasantly surprising me as well. Now, if you had to choose right now, which mechanical field would you pick? If you enjoyed this video, check out why mechatronics is growing faster than every other engineering field. And we mean every single one. Thanks for watching, and happy engineering, everybody.